Hello there, this is the Shadow Ranger, and this is my review of NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for March 25th, 2011. Been feeling a little sick the past couple of weeks, so I apologize if I cough or sneeze during this review. Alright, we start off with the Rock Nest Monsters in the ring. They are tired of waiting, and they demand their title shot, seeing as they are the #1 contenders.
Natural selection tonight. There's going to be no playing air guitar. There's going to be no running at an air power pad, because we're only here to get back our tag titles, and we're not waiting until the end of the show. So Cage, Ricker, quit rubbing baby oil all over each other and get out here right now!
Wait a second. Those are the Cutler brothers. What are they doing here?
The Rock Nest Monsters called out natural selection, but the Cutler brothers, taking out the #1 contenders. The Cutler brothers, Brandon and Dustin, just dismantling Good Time in Yuma.
I was told that the Cutlers might debut here in the National Wrestling Alliance in coming weeks, but they didn't want to wait, apparently.
The Cutler brothers, they've got Johnny Yuma up. He paintbrushes him. Brandon coming off the ropes. 6-second abs. That is their finishing maneuver. And they hit it on Johnny Yuma without any provocation. Todd, what a shocking turn of events.
The #1 contenders have been left laying. Do they have any hopes to compete for the titles tonight? Stay tuned to find out.
This is a nice debut. I've never heard of these Cutler brothers, but I'm already interested in seeing more of them. Not surprising, now that the Rock Nest Monsters have been beaten down and taken away from ringside, the Heritage Tag Team Champions Natural Selection show up.
Minutes late, they missed.
The Rock Nest comes out here and whines and cries week after week after week, and finally, when they get the opportunity, they're nowhere to be found. And natural selection isn't one to turn down a challenge. We came out here looking to defend these titles against Rock Nest.
In a second here come Todd Chandler and Brandon Parker. Young Hollywood, always willing to step up to the challenge. Are they stepping up to the plate here? Are they taking the place of the Rock Nest Monsters?
Well, we saw them beat the champions a couple weeks ago. Wasn't for the titles, wasn't the way they wanted the match to end, but they still retained their undefeated streak. Young Hollywood squaring off with the champions.
I hope you kids wrote a real nice letter home to your mommies, telling them about how you got to put a W in the win-loss column against natural selection. Because a couple of weeks ago you score a count-out victory because your little buddies out here, the Rock Nest Monsters. But let me tell you something. We take care of one, we take care of two. You see, you guys, if you want to step up and get your little skinny asses crushed in this ring tonight, it's done. And it's not an insult, it's a fact of life.
So our first match tonight is Natural Selection versus Young Hollywood. This was a very fun tag team match. I love good tag team wrestling. Both teams look great. They told a very nice story in the match. I mean, you know, tag team wrestling, when done very well, is always a fantastic thing to watch. And this was a tag team match that was done very well. Young Hollywood is able to pick up the surprise win and retain their undefeated streak. I thought we had new tag team champions, but that turned out to not be the case.
Get into the ring, trying to bring his team back into this match, but natural selection has just had Todd Chandler completely isolated, and they are simply toying with this beaten and broken man.
Again, I love the guts of young Hollywood, but is it going to come back to cost him here? Nice misdirection. Hold on. Roll up. 2. Yes. They got him. They got him. Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners. The team of Todd Chandler and
Kennelly,
Brandon
we have new tag team champions.
Hey, they're going to steal a little more than a pie off a windowsill. They might just take the tag team titles.
Young Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, your new tag team champions here in NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
How sweet it is! Unbelievable dreams do come true! They've got the gold!
I was counting Todd Chandler out, but he came away with a huge pinfall victory.
No. Not once did we ever see those titles go on the line. We had one challenger tonight. They went down. You guys came out. You volunteered. You're not the #1 contenders. You don't get shots at the title. You can get a little fluke victory, but you're not champions. The title's never on the line, you dummies.
Natural Selection saying the titles were not on the line. This was just a run-of-the-mill tag team match.
Well, David Marquez and the official now confirming it was not sanctioned as a title match. What a loophole.
A disgusting loophole for Young Hollywood. However, they did score a pinfall victory over
Ladies
the
and
champions.
gentlemen, still NWA Heritage
They have
Tag Team
retained
Champions.
their...
With 2 wins over the champs, Young Hollywood clearly has earned a title shot. However, Rotten as Monsters are still the official #1 contenders, and now that these Cutler brothers have made their presence known, the Heritage Tag Team title scene has gotten very interesting. And I'm very interested in seeing where it goes. Next up, we get the final thoughts of Colt Cabana on next week's world title match.
Hello, everyone. Standing by here with Colt Boom Boom Cabana, a top contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship. In fact, your time has come. You have Adam Pearce for the World's Heavyweight title.
#1 contender, Dave. The #1 contender. I've earned that spot. I've earned that position. You know, not only here in the NWA, but all around the world. I've traveled this country. I've traveled the world. I've earned this spot. I'm wrestling Adam Pearce in the biggest match of my life for the NWA Heavyweight Championship. Through all I've been through with him, what he's done to me, what the pressure he's put on me, I'm going to say it's the biggest match of my career. For sure. For sure. And I've done, again, all around the world, championship matches, you name it, I've done it. And I'm not going to let this get to me. I'm not going to let the antics that he's done to me get to me. And I'm ready.
All right, well, let's talk about the antics a little bit. I mean, since the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood program has been on the air, he's been a major thorn in your side from the very beginning. You come out here being a very fun-loving person, just out winning matches, having fun, making friends. Now, he's totally against that. He's, every chance he has, he's knocked you down, kicked you, put you through tables, threw fire in your face.
Yeah. I mean, do you see the way I'm acting right now? I mean, is this normal Colt Cabana to you?
Not at all.
Yeah,
Known you a long time. Not at all.
Not at all. And it's not supposed to be that way. It's not how it's supposed to be. This is the position he's put me. This is how I'm feeling now. And it's frustrating. I've let him get to me. All right? I just want to have a good time. I love professional wrestling. It says this is my job. It says it on my name tag. This is what I want to do. I want to love the sport of professional wrestling. I've let Adam get to me. I'll admit that, which is what he's wanted. But I do have the big match. And with a victory, we'll clean all that away. And Adam will go his separate way. And I will be on top of the wrestling world. And all of the antics that he's done to me, through the table, the fireball, the pressure on my family and friends, it'll be worth it because I'll achieve my goal and I'll be the champion.
Okay, so you're predicting a win over Adam Pearce now.
I have to win, Dave. Honestly, I can't allow him to do what he's done to me and not come out with a victory. For myself, yeah. For the fans that have been supporting me, yeah. For the people, for my mom, for my dad, for my community back in Chicago, I have to. It's not a prediction. It's a must.
Okay, so when you win that championship, how is that going to feel? I mean, I remember months and months back, you brought up your father and how great it would be to pick up that telephone and tell him you're the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. So you're predicting you're going to make that call?
It's not, listen, I don't want this to be cliche, if I win, when I win. This is a must. This is a must. I must do it. I will do it. I'll put that 10 pounds of NWA Championship gold around my waist that I've been dying to do for the past 13 years. And it's going to be a great feeling. It's going to take this face, it's going to relieve all the tensions in the muscles, and there's just going to be a big smile on my face. A smile on the Cabana family, a smile on the city of Chicago, Illinois. And it's going to be a celebration.
Okay.
I know it.
All right, well, let's see how big the celebration is going to get here in the Showcase Theater in Hollywood, California. We'll be back right after this.
After that, we have the Disco Machine versus Rico Dynamite. Disco Machine is out first, and then Rico and Sylvia are out in their zebra print. Sylvia's still looking nice and trampy. I thought Disco Machine was pretty funny at the beginning when he was dancing to Rico Dynamite's entrance theme.
Brimming with confidence. He has been able to overcome just any challenge that's been thrown at him. And right now, he's got a multi-year veteran in Disco Machine standing across the ring.
Weighing in at 228 pounds, this is Rico Dynamite!
But meanwhile, Disco Machine is apparently enjoying the entrance music of Rico Dynamite. He's still out there dancing.
It doesn't matter what music's playing, Disco can always find a beat to dance to. I mean, you can drop some silverware on the floor, but if it sounds like music, Disco will dance to it.
Oh, well.
Not a whole lot to say about this match. It was short, but it was fun to watch. Disco Machine still looked good. Rico looked good. Disco Machine's fun to watch, and I want to see more of him. And I'm waiting for Rico to finally get an actual feud, though. I mean, I know there's still sort of building him up, but I think he's ready for an actual feud to go into now. But yeah, short match, fun to watch. Want to see what's next for these two guys. Next up, John LaQuasto is backstage with SoCal Crazy, Lucha Machine, and Cinderin.
Johnny LaQuasto here backstage with SoCal Crazy, Cinderin, and Lucha Machine. Now, Ricky Mandel has been pulling masks off everyone, attacking from behind.
Let me cut you off for 1 second. Mandel, what you have done by ripping the mask of Cinderin and myself was a big mistake. By doing so, you spit in the tradition of Lucha Libre and what it represents. Now, you probably don't know your history, but Blue Demon Jr. was a champion here, and he showed respect and tradition. And us, we're here to do the exact same thing. And with that said, I know Cinderin and Lucha have my back when we challenge you to a trios match. You go and find 2 guys. Good luck. Find 2 guys and bring it, because we're ready. Of course, if you are.
The challenge is out to the mirror image. Ricky Mandel, look at yourself and see if you could find 2 people.
All right, next up, Slim beats the Manimal. As I said at the beginning, I've been sick the past few days, and talking about Slim versus the Manimal is the last thing I need, so we're just going to move on. Next up is On Tap with James Morgan, and he's joined this week by Percy Pringle III. To save time, I'm not going to show the segment because it is kind of long, and there's another long segment that I want to show in this video. But short version that Percy talks about being back in the NWA and his roots in the NWA, and saying that he might be finding some new young talent to manage. Now that'd be fun to see. Actually, I'm looking forward to that because I'm only 25, so I've only ever seen Percy Pringle as his as the Paul Bearer persona with the Undertaker and Kane. I've read a lot of stuff about him, the Percy Pringle persona, but I've never really gotten to see much of that. So I really would be interested in seeing him as Percy Pringle. See, next up we get final words from Scrap Iron and Adam Pearce. This is a long segment, but it's worth every minute. Enjoy.
Okay, everyone, standing by with the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. We're going to talk about your upcoming match next week with Colt Boom Boom Cabana for this, the 10 pounds of gold. Now, you've done many, many despicable things to this man, and you've known him for so long. Your thoughts going into the matchup?
Despicable, huh?
I'd say.
That's a matter of opinion, isn't it, David Marquez? One man's trash is what? Another man's treasure. What we've done, simply put, is play the game. And Colt Cabana, you said it best. Known him for years. If I'm being pointed, and as a matter of fact, nearly half of our lives we've been intertwined in some way. And that's come to Hollywood. And we're only a week away, David Marquez. Despicable? You see nothing yet.
Okay, let's go back a few weeks here. What urged you to go as far as to throw fire in a man's face?
You didn't like that, huh?
No, I was standing right there.
You're lucky you didn't catch on fire.
That's true.
See, you wouldn't have any concept of what you're supposed to do when you're in that danger zone. Think of it from my perspective. I know you want to get on the bandwagon and be a glad hander and hand Colt Cabana the World's Heavyweight Championship. I know these people want the same thing. Put yourself in another man's shoes. Here's somebody I've known since I'm 17 years old. Rival high school football teams. Watched him break into professional wrestling and excel because he's a great athlete, because he's a great wrestler, because he knows what he's doing. Watched him take his trade all over the world and been fortunate enough to see him progress, see him become a professional, see him become successful, see him come to Hollywood. See, this is where the thing gets changed. This is where the script gets flipped. This is where my problem with Colt Cabana happens. You don't go in another man's backyard and start digging holes. Would you? If I came to your house and started pitching my tent in your backyard, that would bother you a little bit. Now you'd think after 15 years of knowing somebody, there'd be 1 ounce, that small amount of respect. I got none of that. None of that from Colt Cabana. In his first appearance on his television program, he told every single person at home that he was here to become the heavyweight champion of the world. 15 years. Gone with one humongous slap in the face. Now you want to question me. You want to ask me why I've done the things I've done. One word. Betrayal. Betrayal. Think about it.
All right, I will do that. I will think about that. What I wanted to also bring up, the people who have been following your career as World's Heavyweight Champion, 3 times now, the World's Heavyweight Champion. The first time around against Brent Albright in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. And then it happened down in Mexico City. You lost the belt to Blue Demon Jr. Then you picked it back up. And you lost it again. But now you're the reigning champion. Where do you put Colt Cabana in with all of those qualified champions of the past? Where does he fit? Have you done any additional training or anything above and beyond for Colt Cabana?
I wouldn't tell you what training I did, even if I did any training, David Marquez. Am I an idiot? You obviously are asking that question. As far as where I'd put Colt Cabana on the pecking order, at the top. I had a hand, a small hand, in what this man has become in professional wrestling. And for that, I'll always be proud. Now, it'd be easy to be cliche and say that, I taught him some things, but I teach him everything. And I'll never take credit for completely training him, but I've watched him. And I know in certain aspects in our business, I've rubbed up on him a little bit. Because of that, Colt Cabana, he sits in a place, let's face facts.
Brent Albright didn't know me. Blue Demon Jr. didn't know me. I'd be a fool and a liar if I sat here today and said Colt Cabana doesn't know me, because he does. That would put me at a significant disadvantage, wouldn't it?
Sure would.
Or a huge advantage, because the likewise can be said for him. There's nothing he's going to do in the ring that I don't know. Now, you don't become 3 times heavyweight champion of the world if you're not prepared. And believe me, Cabana, I'm prepared.
So does he have a chance leaving that next week?
I could fall down the stairs tomorrow morning and be dead, David Marquez. Every dog has a day. Every man that gets in the ring has a chance. That's why the National Wrestling Alliance is so great. On any given day, anybody can get in the ring, anybody can rise, anybody can fall. The great ones, and you're looking at one, rise more than they fall. Now, I've stacked the deck against Cabana the only way I know how. This man, and if I'm going to give any credit, you've risen. You've fought. You've laid it all on the line. You've come back every single time. Hospital beds, ambulance rides, scars, injuries. You got a week to think about all of it coming to a head. You've got 7 days, Colt Cabana. 7 long days. I also have those 7 days. Are you willing to dig as low as I am? The answer to that's no, David Marquez, he's not. In front of the eyes of the wrestling world, Colt Cabana, you have the opportunity, which I don't think you deserve, but I am not the signal caller in the National Wrestling Alliance. If Bob Trowbridge, the executive board of the National Wrestling Alliance, says I must defend, then defend I must. Neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor darkened night, David Marquez, nor tables, nor fireballs. 7 days. 7 days.
7 days indeed. So, folks, we hope you join us next week right here on NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for that big World's Heavyweight Championship match. The champ, the Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, meets Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
After that, it is main event time. We have a lumberjack match for our main event. It is Joey Chaos versus Willie Mack. And I have to say, I absolutely love this match. It was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. Chaos was great. Willie Mack continues to do things that a man his size shouldn't be able to do. The intensity was good. The speed was good. The power moves were great. I mean, I have zero complaints about this match. The lumberjacks were really helpful in telling the story of the match. I mean, it was just all around a fun thing to watch. There's way too many highlights for me to post in this match. I might as well just show the whole thing, so I'll post this match to YouTube for you to check out, or just go to the NWA Hollywood website and check out the whole episode there, which I recommend you do. You know, I asked this question about Adam Pearce a while back, and I have to ask it about Willie Mack as well. Again, I don't mean any disrespect to NWA Hollywood when I ask this, but why is this guy here? I mean, how has this guy not gotten a shot at least in WWE or TNA or Ring of Honor or something? Man, I don't even like Ring of Honor. I find it boring, but if Willie Mack was on the show, I'd actually watch it. I think he'd be perfect for TNA. He's got the size to be a believable TV champion. He could possibly work as the heavyweight champion. He can move like an X Division wrestler. I mean, he's got a good look. He's got some charisma. I mean, he's very likable. I mean, I think this dude would be a great addition to the TNA roster or anybody's company. I mean, NWA Hollywood is very lucky to have this guy on their show. Anybody would be lucky to have this guy. Overall, this was another really good episode of NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. It would have been better if there had been no Manimal, but you know, it happens. You know, we could have had a buggy match or something. But I mean, the tag title scene is heating up very nicely. I'm really looking forward to see what happens with Rock Ness and the Cutler brothers. You know, Young Hollywood has beaten natural selection in 2 non-title matches. So I mean, they have to be getting a title shot soon. But you still have the Rotten Ass Monsters, who are the official #1 contenders. You got the Cutler brothers showing up to make their presence known, and it's going to be some very interesting happenings with the Heritage Tag Team titles. I'm looking forward to see what goes down in that scene. The main event was great to watch, and next week we finally have the world title match of Colt Cabana versus Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. The episode is already aired on TV, so I have to wait for the episode to be uploaded to the NWA website, which will probably be today. So hopefully I'll get enough free time that I can review this episode without it taking a week for me to do it. But anyway, hop over to the NWA Hollywood website, check out this episode. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I hope you are too. This is the Shadow Ranger. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.